Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanam, everybody. We welcome all the live viewers and all the devotees, disciples who are seated with us from around the globe on this auspicious occasion of Akshaya Tritiya 2025. And we are very soon going to be receiving the auspicious blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. As we prepare to receive the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we are honored today to host the celebrations as part of the celebrations of the Akshaya Tritiya. We are having the Om Award Ceremony of Kailasa. And I would like to take a few moments to welcome all our honored guests and also give a brief introduction to Kailasa. And now we'll look at a brief introduction about Kailasa. Kailasa is the first nation for Hindus, and it has been established to protect the ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. And unlike any other nation, Kailasa provides a base for the revival and the central administration of Hinduism that is very similar to Vatican in comparison to Vatican, just like how Vatican serves as the central administrative hub for the Roman Catholics around the world. Similarly, Kailasa serves as the administrative body for the 2 billion born and practicing Hindus across the world. Kailasa has established several levels of diplomatic relations with various countries around the world, and we continue to establish these intergovernmental relations as well. In December 2022, Kailasa had signed one such agreement with the state of African diaspora, and since then we have been establishing various levels of diplomatic relations, whether it is in the state level, the central level, or the intergovernmental level as well. Kailasa also has its own defined territory and is a functional sovereign nation in the Andean region. The Andean region, the indigenous communities, and the indigenous nations have signed several bilateral treaties with Kailasa, bestowing multiple sovereign lands to Kailasa, where Kailasa continues to govern as a sovereign functional nation. Kailasa has also established the United Ancient Nations, which is a intergovernmental body of Kailasa. This has been established to protect and empower the indigenous nations, the First Nations, and the kingdoms all over the world. Kailasa has its own clear democracy, a responsible democracy based governance structure. We have a very clear governing body through which we establish and we govern ourselves and the entire Hindus around the world. And some of the key aspects of Kailasa is where we actively work towards preserving the ancient traditions, promoting religious freedom, and fostering cultural heritage. And we also undertake significant efforts to preserve our rich tradition from the face of persecution of the Hindus globally. So we actively voice our rights in various international forums such as the UN and so on. And since the Hindu diaspora is 2 billion strong, Kailasa has its roots and branches in over 150 countries around the world. And some of the success of Kailasa lies in its diaspora. Statistically speaking, Hindus are the richest ethnic minority in the US and in Canada, and similarly across the various parts of the world. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of the United States of Kailasa. He is the leader of the Kailasa, and it is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who has worked hard, tirelessly, establishing the United States of Kailasa. When we look at a historical background of Kailasa, Kailasa is a consortium of 21 ancient kingdoms. Here we're looking at the example of Kingdom of Madurai, of which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been coronated as the 293rd emperor. Next, we have the Kingdom of Surangi, of which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as its emperor at the age of 26. Similarly, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the emperor of the Kingdom of Swargapuram and 21 ancient kingdoms. At one given point in time, there were over 56 Hindu nations and over 10,000 unique traditions. But due to the brutal persecution, over 400 million Hindus were massacred, 95 million Hindus were tortured, and 3.7 million Hindus were forced to convert. Centuries of colonial oppression led to the loss of all these lands. But today, due to the untiring and relentless hard work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Kailasa has secured sovereign territories and sovereign land from various countries around the world, through which Kailasa has established its territories. Kailasa also established the government in exile back in 2003 itself, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism relocated one of the kingdoms, which is the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvagnapeetham, to North America, establishing Kailasa government in exile. The United Nations has also acknowledged and has also published over 23 reports on Kailasa's juridical statehood and the legal personality of Kailasa. As per the very constitution of the United Nations, the Convention on Diplomatic and Consular Relation, Article 47.1, Kailasa receives recognition for its territory and the statehood. We have over 16,000 plus de facto spiritual embassies around the world, and over 50 cities around the world have declared the 3rd of January as the SPH Nithyananda Day in recognition to the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to the entire world. Kailasa is not in conflict with any nation. Kailasa is a complement to every nation. And we continue to establish these mutually beneficial diplomatic relations across the entire world. In the international arena, the sovereignty is a commodity. Just like how the United States has purchased over 25 states from various other countries, similarly, Kailasa has gained sovereign territory from various countries. Kailasa also has its own reserve bank, which is very similar establishment similar to the Vatican Bank, where the affluent Hindu community contribute to the economy of Kailasa. Kailasa also has the e-citizenship, which is a unique project that has been spearheaded by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to serve the spiritual needs of the 2 billion Hindus around the world. Kailasa has over 100 plus humanitarian aids, some of the top ones being offering free food, free education, and free medical care. Given these, Kailasa continues to serve the humanity at large. Let us now look at a beautiful video that describes about the legal personality of Kailasa and how Kailasa has been established legally.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces, that covered more than 6 million kilometer square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, this ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Kailasa is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through Kailasa results in the legal recognition of Kailasa as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principle of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, through the line of succession, is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of Kailasa, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, These facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your
So, what we saw here is a beautiful introduction to Kailasa and how Kailasa has been established. It is now time that we prepare ourselves to enter into the next part where we have our esteemed guests and we have our guest of honors and we also have our Om awardee participants who are there as well joining us in today's celebrations. I'd now like to take a few moments to welcome and introduce the Om Award Ceremony. The Kailasa's Om Award Ceremony is a prestigious recognition that is bestowed upon accomplished individuals from various diverse backgrounds. It celebrates their sincere hard work and outstanding contributions towards the global peace, harmony, and coexistence that is aligning with the mission and the vision of Kailasa. As part of this, today we have a very esteemed guest. We have Sri Sandeep Kumar Dev ji. Sandeep Kumar Dev ji is a seasoned journalist, best-selling author, and a prominent advocate for Sanatana Dharma. With over 2 decades of experience in the media industry, he has contributed to leading publications such as Dainik Jagran and Nai Duniya. He is also the founder and the editor in chief of India Speaks Daily, which is a platform dedicated to promoting a balanced and a fact based narrative that is free from ideological bias. His literary works have garnered significant recognition, earning him the Sahitya Academy Award from Madhya Pradesh government in 2017 and the Shivaji Ratna Award from Kailasa in 2022 for his contributions to the pro-Hindu journalism. Additionally, he has also been honored as a bestseller author by Nielsen Jagran. Mr. Dio's multifaceted career reflects his dedication to truth, cultural preservation, and the advancement of a dharmic society. It is our honor to contribute and to offer to confer upon Sri Sandeep Kumar Dev ji the Kailasa Ratna Award. And thank you very much, Sandeep ji. It is an honor for us to have you along with us today and conferring this award upon you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद स्वामी जी। और मैं हिंदी में थोड़ा बात करना पसंद करूंगा,
जरूर
उसमें
जरूर
सहज
बात
होता
कीजिए
है।
संदीप जी।
तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा फील हो रहा है कि कैलासा ने जो अकेला हिंदू राष्ट्र है इस पूरी पृथ्वी पर, पूरी वसुधा पर, उसने ओम अवार्ड के लिए मेरे काम को उसने सेलेक्ट किया है, काम को सराहा है। पहले भी वो मुझे शिवाजी रत्न अवार्ड से सम्मानित कर चुके हैं। और आज के समय में जब हिंदू धर्म के लिए कोई खड़ा नहीं है, बहुत कम लोग खड़े हैं। आज भी अगर आप देखिए पहलगाम में जिस तरह से हिंदुओं का नरसंहार हुआ है, जेनोसाइड हुआ है, वो हिंदू नरसंहार कोई नहीं बोल रहा। सत्ता, विपक्ष, मीडिया कोई नहीं बोल रहा। ऐसे में हिंदुओं की आवाज आज के समय में करना बड़ा मुश्किल है। हिंदू या तो वो है जो एक पार्टी विचारधारा संगठन से जुड़ा है, अथवा वो है जो एक अलग नरेशन वामपंथ लेफ्ट की तरफ है। लेकिन जो धर्म को लेकर हिंदू बहुत कम काम कर रहे हैं। और ऐसे में जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं उसको अगर कैलासा ने उसको रिकॉग्नाइज किया है तो उसके लिए बहुत हम धन्यवाद करते हैं कैलासा का कि उसने हमारे काम को रिकॉग्नाइज किया। और एक हिंदू नेशन के रूप में कैलासा हमेशा दुनिया भर के हिंदुओं की आवाज बने, ये मेरी शुभेच्छा भी है और ये मेरी कामना भी।
बहुत 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 धन्यवाद संदीप जी, जो आपके काम हैं और जैसे आप हिंदू धर्म के लिए जिस तरफ से आप बोल्ड तरीके से आप स्टैंड कर रहे हैं और जो भी एक्चुअल फैक्ट है इसके लिए आप जितने जितने भी अटैक्स, क्योंकि हम भी जानते हैं कि आपके ऊपर जितना अटैक्स आ रहा है पर उस सब को हटा के आप तो जो सनातन धर्म के लिए उसको उसके प्रचार के लिए और उसको डिफेंड करने के लिए जितने काम कर रहे हैं वो हमको पता है। एंड हम ऑनर्ड है संदीप जी, वी आर वेरी ऑनर्ड दैट यू आर वर्किंग अलॉन्ग विद अस, दैट यू आर विद अस एंड वी आर ऑनर्ड टू गिव यू द कैलास रत्ना अवार्ड। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद संदीप जी फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन
बहुत
एंड
बहुत
accepting the award. Thank you very much. So for all our viewers all over the world, it is now time for us to enter and get ready to receive the direct darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. I'd also like to take this opportunity to welcome all our guests of honors who have joined us today in this live event from various parts of the world. Thank you all for joining in. Let's now prepare to receive the live darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Thank you all. Nithyanandam.
Shivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Om